What are you doing, JJ?
What am I doing? Me?
Yes.
Just chilling. How was the tournament?
Tournament was good. I'm pretty beat, but overall, tournament was really good. It was cool to meet a lot of new faces, a lot of the Midwest guys that don't really kind of get out of the Midwest, and that was really cool. It was cold as fuck in the morning. I don't do cold. And was question. I was like, "Ooh, am I going traditional today?" Like, I think everybody felt like that, but because it was cold. I'm coming from Texas, where it was like 89 the day I left, and then getting there was like, "Oh, it's gonna be in the low 30s tonight," and I was like, "Oh no!" And it was like 40 in the morning, and then and breezy, and it barely heated up to 50, which was just enough for me to be naked. It was.
That's not enough. That's
all the Midwesterners were like, they're like, "What? This is spring." I was like, no, this is not.
Jordan, do you do good with cold?
No.
Yeah, you're a Vegas man, right? You're Vegas.
Oh yeah. I'm miserable right now. We've had rain and wind.
Yeah.
Most days have been like 60. It's horrible.
Yeah. Oh, today was 53 for us. It was 53 in San Diego.
Couldn't do it.
Terrible.
It's kind of cold.
Terrible. That's barely cold enough or barely warm enough for Justin to get naked. You just
barely. 50 is my limit. 50 is my limit, and then you don't get the cheeks.
Oh man, that's terrible. I can't.
Speaking of tradition, your first time, Jordan, going traditional was at the World Games, right?
Yeah.
I just remember you were cheeks out and was like, "Ooh, oh my!"
And I only did it because I was getting bullied, peer pressure.
Ooh, who got you? Who got you with the bullying?
Shit, it might have been Justin and Helen, if I'm thinking.
This is true. This makes sense.
This is why I asked.
Right. But you know what? You guys kept telling me if I do it, I'll like it, and I'll keep doing it. And
yeah,
I can't talk too much trash because I kept doing it.
Yeah.
Each one, teach one.
It's true. Damn. I was at the same tournament and I went traditional, but I wasn't peer pressured. I chose that.
I was new.
Yeah.
Traditional chose.
That was probably what, your second or third tournament?
That was my second tournament.
Yes.
Ooh.
I was very, very self-conscious about it.
we could tell. But it looked. You
got that
like
win.
A natural.
You got that win.
I was gonna say you look like a natural. You look solid up there on stage, and you're an actor. You got the confidence on a stage. It's where you belong. Doesn't matter if it's a dojo.
He fights in a singlet. I mean, that damn thing shows your moose knuckle and everything. It's crazy.
I mean, ironically, that match in Mongolia, I wasn't traditional, so.
Oh wait, did you go second day too?
Yeah.
Oh shit,
I
you
didn't
and me
do
are the same.
traditional until the next match, and then that was the match where I lost to Brazil.
Oh no!
So I got to fly off the platform butt naked, so that was great.
Hey, we all did. God damn.
Yeah.
All American cheeks went flying. Pew!
This is true. Wow. Trent did a special one too. That was Trent, when he fails spectacular.
Yeah, that is true. I think the worst one I've seen. No, I guess Worlds that was or the most spectacular. But U.S. Open, he got his little buns handed to him.
Yeah, Eric pushed him out, and then Andrew triple played it on the.
Let's watch this again.
Oh, that's right.
But even the promo for the next year was just like, that's Trent falling. And again. And again and again. Tell me the tournament's probably not popping when you're like, let me just show the same thing for like half of the promo clip.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Right.
All right. He creeps in here every now and then.
So let's try something a little different. All right. So bear with me. Oh, wait. Oh, snap. Hold on.
Hey,
what's up, Jordan?
in the house.
What's up? Hey. What's up, Justin? It's been a second.
What's up? I know where you been, Fran.
All right, so let's get this
background.
party started with something new.
Tell him no, 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 no. Tell him no, 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 no. You've been trying to cater to all the needs. You've been feeling guilty for so long. Maybe they're not friends, they are enemies. Don't you tell them yes, tell them get lost. Cause every time you go and ask for help, they say sorry but I'm busy. So you really doing it yourself. Ooh, hold up, baby, don't take it. In a friendship, if they just make it, you don't need to put up with their bullshit. Tell them no, 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 no. Hold up, baby, don't stress it. It ain't worth it, ain't want it.
Oh,
All right, welcome
Nice, JJ.
to Black in Sumo.
That's cool.
all right. I like how you slipped in the what do you call it? Electric slide in there. I was like,
I loved it
that's
so
not
much I
Sumo.
edited it twice. That was Christina cutting weight for the World Games.
It was at a wedding, y'all. I'm only human. I definitely gained. Trying to pan on what I was trying to cut.
So I am JJ Jones, and we have Christina Griffin Jones and Justin Kizzer, and we are honored to have Jordan. Go ahead and introduce yourself.
Hi guys, I'm Jordan Karst. I don't know if you want me to. Do I say more after that?
Go for it.
Give us the fight card.
Yeah. Wow. Okay. You want me to Bruce Buffer it? I mean, 6'2", fighting out of Las Vegas.
All right.
All right, keep it going.
2-time world team member, and I just do sumo stuff. I also act. I don't know how to describe myself. I'm not good at that. That's the hard part.
He's a great actor.
An amazing actor, voice
I'm a
actor.
painfully decent actor.
So you do voice acting and regular acting, right? So do you do stage also?
Yeah, actually, I did musical theater before I started doing actual acting stuff.
Yep.
All right. I did.
Now,
not-
when will we hear your voice in an anime? Because I will support it. We will all support it.
Do we need to create the anime? You know they.
What? Oh my God, JJ's
we
thing.
do have
No
a project that.
Is it the Negro?
Hey, I didn't say it. So
Why was it the first thing I thought?
that was you, Justin. You brought it. Christina brought it all the way in. And now I can talk about it. So we're going to do a project about alternative history and it being about the Negro League. So during Jim Crow, and there's already a premise going on. So during Jim Crow, and then before World War II, America's trying to figure itself out, and they welcome in Black people.
I mean, being racist.
Hey, spicy is what spicy does. But we already have something kind of in the works. So I'm gonna send something to you. It will be for free.
Think of it like
because I don't have anything. I have no money.
No worries.
Think like Baki.
People listening to this with money. Jordan does work for money. So
this is true.
Hook it up.
Not to say
Also,
it's always free, but
I could use money. It would help our projects. I like money. I'm
Money's
just throwing that out
nice.
there.
Money's nice.
I mean, it's not nice. It's just unfortunately necessary.
Yeah, that is fair. That is
Sure.
fair.
So I
Gucci
I have
bags.
I have a thing I want to try. Let's see how far demonetized we get from it. So I'm going to play something, and just let me know what you think about their voice acting.
okay.
¿Con que eso es todo lo que puedes hacer? Parece que el entrenamiento hizo que tuviera una gran diferencia de cualidades.
No puede ser. ¿Ese Vegeta que conozco es así? ¿O acaso es otro?
Contestan. Soy Super Vegeta.
Él mismo se ha llamado Super Vegeta por sus grandes poderes. ¿Será posible que Vegeta dé por terminada esta batalla tan complicada?
The fuck did I just listen to?
I
So-
feel like Sade was in the background.
So crazy fun fact, I watched Dragon Ball Z like 3 different times. I watched it in first in Spanish, second time on the international channel in Japanese, and then the third time I watched it in English. So
You watched it first
Heck,
in
You
Spanish?
originally watched it in Spanish.
yes, Telemundo.
Wow.
Wow, JJ, I didn't know
And you-
that.
That's cool. Well, I mean, listen, when it comes to like Mexico, Central America, Dragon Ball's huge.
Oh, true. This is very true.
Massive. So I'm surprised it's your first, but I'm not surprised that you've seen it. Because
I'm surprised it's your first.
It's San Diego, buddy. It's San Diego. It came out first in Mexico, and I was able to watch Telemundo, and then I watched Dragon Ball GT before I finished Z. I was able to watch GT on Universal.
Jeez. Fun fact about JJ.
man, I didn't know the timeline was like that. That is cool.
Yeah. Would you ever do anime
Yeah.
voice acting?
Oh yeah. Well,
Have you done well, of course, if you've done voiceover. Well, no, you could do voiceovers for commercial. So you've done animation?
yeah. So I work for excuse me. I work for a production company called Heretical Tavern. So I do a lot of voicing stuff with them. Right now, it's a lot of online animations, but I just haven't auditioned for a lot of stuff because I've been putting so much focus on camera. And then
Right.
we moved. So this is my office, but it's not
Right.
nothing set up.
Hey,
I have
Everybody-
a ring light and a backdrop because I
I
still
see
have
it.
auditions to get done.
I see it. It's looking good. Are you gonna make that room into your are you gonna pad the walls and make it into like your little voice studio kind of thing?
Yep, that's
You gonna
right.
Deck it out.
Actually,
Oh,
Nice.
it's a bit of trouble, honestly. I even ordered like a professional recording booth, and
cool.
God, I might have got scammed. I haven't seen the damn thing in like.
Oh, not scam.
no. Oh. You got
Wish.com, Alibaba, what'd you do?
If
No,
it's
it wasn't
Wish.com,
Alibaba. I
you
could've-
gotta forget about it.
You get like 17 for the price of one.
Well, there's a company that makes custom voice booths out in Utah. I think specifically they're in like South Jordan or something, which you would think not too far, easy peasy. Shipping from there to here would be like a couple days.
Yeah.
Can't get them on the phone. Can't email them. Lord have
Oh.
mercy. Yeah. Now, thankfully, if I'm a little screwed on that, it could be worse. My first vocal booth I built.
Right.
A margarita and 2 Saturdays at Home Depot, and I had something that did marginally well.
Yep.
Yeah.
Come on,
Yep.
Margarita. Sometimes Margarita will take you through.
You know, it is an upper. So,
I take a few naps in between. But you know, we all right.
Oh god. Margarita Christina. Nobody needs to see that one again.
No, I try to fight. people, and I'm very jealous.
Oh
I'm
no!
very jealous. I'm like, and then I as long as JJ stays sober, it's okay. Because I asked him before I fight the girl. I'm like, JJ,
The last time was in Vegas at the qualifier at the North American. Yeah, the one where we all were there.
You getting lit?
I had too many sugar margaritas,
drunk.
baby.
We were driving around. All the people I was with got drunk. I was sober, upset because might have took a little edible and thought I pissed hot.
It's real. So
Damn it, Justin.
JJ's driving us around, Jordan, and I'm messed up on sugar margaritas. And one of our friends hadn't been to Vegas before, so I'm like, JJ, we gotta hit the strip. Hit the strip, JJ. So I'm yelling commands and for JJ. And then I'm rolling my window down, slurring.
Oh, you was turned.
Slurring. I'm the tour guide. I'm like, you see this? This is the Bellagio. The Bellagio. I said, you haven't lived until you've been in Bellagio. JJ, circle the corner, circle it, circle the block. Do you want to take pictures, Mel? Does this please you, Mel? And then so we were in the club where I got drunk, and this lady, she kept coming over asking us if it was okay to say the N-word. So one of that. Wow. She was a white lady.
Yes.
Kept asking us if it was okay.
We ended up being in a wedding after party or something like that, and they kept playing. What's that one song? Like that one emo song. That was that. Dude, shut the fucking door. Something like that.
Goes in the goddamn door.
There it is. Yeah. And so they kept playing that over and over, but karaoke. So I'm hearing the song, but they're all just singing it. Like, shut the fuck up. What are you doing?
But why did they keep playing it? Oh, you don't know why.
Because they had, so it was a wedding after party. They had the full control over this small bar that we went to.
And just let them play.
And we're just trying to watch the Rose fight, or not Rose, who is it? Amanda Nunes.
Okay.
We're just chilling. And then they stopped they got tired of playing that. Then they wanted to play some other songs, but the other songs they had to play were pending on me and JJ as the black representatives saying that it was okay for them to say the N-word. They were
okay. This is the preface. I thought you just go to a club and somebody just ask you a random.
Still random.
Context is key. Yeah, I was like, who does that? Like,
you would have thought we told them.
People
you would have thought, you would have. They do it in a big club too. You would have thought we told them they could no longer drink water. How distraught! They were like, "What?" But then, before they asked if it was okay to say the N-word, they could ask me and JJ if we both were black first. They said, "Hey, are you black?"
I'd be like, "No."
Are you? And then they whispered it. I was like, Mel, you're whispering. What is? And then we said no, we don't approve. We've taken a vote, and the African American Caucus of the United States in Nevada has said it's not okay.
Speaking of awkward questions, I reached out to Jordan with a very awkward question. I was like, "Hey, Jordan, are you black?" And I think I said it real crazy. I was like, "You're pretty light skinned. I don't know." Blah, 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 blah. I said some crazy shit. It was also, a crazy question.
It's not because we don't know you black, but it's because we don't want to be the person that tells somebody they're black who doesn't believe it yet.
Right.
That can be a bummer.
So it has happened to me in the past. It has happened to me in the past.
You're obvious. I mean, so you're multiracial. If you want, if you feel free to, what are you?
It's crazy that you say that because I mean I'm black and white, right? Okay. Mom's black, dad's white.
Okay.
However, and even to this day as an actor, nobody guesses right. So, I mean, the question's valid. I feel wildly validated just by being here.
Hey, no, but as an actor too, like your look can be ambiguous.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. So sometimes you're just like play the card and be like, for this paycheck, I'll be Superman, because you got the Superman look, so you could be Superman of color. Like,
I think those words are going to hold you back.
It's funny. I just got done filming something where they. The lady thought I was Hawaiian, but when I got the casting breakdown to submit my stuff for it, it said ethnically ambiguous, that if you were ethnically ambiguous, you could apply. So I was like, yeah, totally. And she was like, I totally rewrote the character because I thought you were Hawaiian. I was like,
I'm Hawaiian today.
Yeah, no, but I've been mistaken for it a lot, so let's go for it.
I could see that.
Why not?
Or like even if they were like casting a New Zealander, like what's his name?
Mallory.
Yeah, like a Maori. You could probably pass. I've seen a few Maori homies that look similar to you.
Sweet.
Yeah. So just throwing that out there, just so you know that.
I think that's what The Rock's doing right now. He's just like, I'm everything.
Yeah.
That man is half black, half Samoan, and he's just. I think he played a white guy recently. It was crazy.
He played a Hispanic guy too.
Yeah.
He voiced a white dude. He voiced a white white astronaut in that one movie about the aliens.
Yeah.
He was a white astronaut. I got really upset at it because I was like, why didn't they just make him a black astronaut? Because The Rock is black. But I was like, Rock, live your life. But I do think that it's super important that, like, as black people, it does feel really good. We talk about this in Black and Sumo when black people are, when like me and JJ, we showed up to a practice and it was less unbelievable, or like, the realization that we could do sumo when we saw Justin. It was like, oh, right. We saw Justin, we was like, oh, black people out here doing this. Good news. But it does feel really good. And then, Justin was like super kind. Justin and Monster were like super kind and super welcoming to us, because it does, it feels really good when other black people see you as black, and also like don't do the thing where it's like I'm blacker than you or you're blacker than me and we're not black together. It's very much like, oh yeah, what's up, boo? Yeah. Home, like good to see you. Let's get to know each other. I'm not gonna push you out because I want to be the only black person here, and I'm not gonna treat you like we're both not black, because let me tell you, that gets so awkward when it's like, I know you know who Keith Sweat is, and I know we're the only two people here who know who Keith Sweat is, but you're pretending like you don't know who Keith Sweat is.
At the World Games, Tony, so many people didn't know who Tony.
Oh my God.
I was upset. Or Bootsy.
Yeah.
The power.
People were looking around like, who is this magical man that speaks funny?
Sheila E.
Nobody knew who Sheila E was.
Yeah.
That missed a lot of people. It
really did. Ooh,
but it was like all of us as black folks was like, bing, 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 bing.
I was like, man, I bet my mom would have a good old time here.
How old are you, Jordan?
My mom, she was upset.
Jordan, how old are you?
Oh, sorry. JJ has a question.
Yeah.
Oh, my bad.
How old are you?
Just turned 29.
Oh, man. Oh, man.
To be young.
I had something in here, but there's no way you're going to understand this at all.
Whoa.
Did you ever watch the Thundercats?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, shit.
So, all right. Hold on. Please watch.
So, I face the great Panthro. I am not impressed, Panther.
You're no work of art yourself, you scaly reptile. Let's see what you've got, Slithe.
Who voiced him?
That is my question.
Oh,
That
shit. Oh,
is my
sorry.
question.
It was my instant. I was like, damn, I
know.
remember him, but
I know.
what was that? He sounds familiar.
He does sound familiar, but let me tell you something. Growing up, I first of all, me, Justin, and Christina grew up without Google. All right, Google wasn't a thing. Ask Jeeb wasn't a thing. The internet was barely kind of a thing that your one friend kind of had, and it didn't really do anything cool. But
She was rough.
there is no way for us to know. To this day, I can't tell you if that actor is black or not.
He sounds black.
He sounds black.
I mean, he's kind of purple gray.
Oh,
I know.
Earl Hyman.
Is he black?
That sounds like a black name.
Yeah.
That sounds like a black man. All right.
Earl, it's a black
Earl.
name.
Earl Hyman.
Earl. Or it's always Earl and them.
You know what? That's the super unique thing about voiceover, right? Like compared to all of the rest of acting, voiceover, every other factor, physical, just kind of falls to the floor.
Right.
Like, I love that voice. I need that voice.
Yeah.
Which is crazy. Absolutely crazy. You could have what's her name? She's been voice acting for years. She's like voiced my entire childhood.
Regina King?
Well, Regina King's a great one, yes. Especially the fact that she voiced Riley and Huey.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
There's also Tara Strong, who's voiced like little boys and girls, 2 women, and like young male teenagers.
Right.
So it's so unique against everything else because you could just do whatever.
Yeah. And then the same person can because nobody sees you, and so your face doesn't get typecast, you can create like completely different characters. Like I just recently, I don't know why my childhood me never made the connection or read the fucking credits, but I did not realize that the dad in King of the Hill is the same motherfucker in Beavis and Butthead.
Mm-hmm.
What?
Yep.
It blew
Christina,
my mind.
That was the only way that show got made.
Yeah, well, we got King of the Hill together, Beavis and Butthead.
Yep.
Yeah.
It adult me, like 40 years of life on Earth, and literally had found that out last year.
Yeah, I found
because I was watching with one of my students, Liesel. We were sitting around partaking in the leaf and watching Beavis and Butthead, and she was like, man, I wonder what the Beavis and Butthead guy's like voice sounds like in real life. And then she goes, well, he sounds more like his other character, Hank Hill. And I was like, what are you talking about? Like it blew me away. I was like, what are you talking about? She's like, you didn't know? She's like, yeah, he does voices for like he does all kinds of characters.
Yep.
And his real voice does sound like a lesser country version of Hank Hill. I Googled an interview with him, and I was like, damn. So I don't know. Voice acting seems so cool. Like if I was as cool as you, I would love to. I know that Dallas has Funimation, and they do voiceovers in Dallas. And part of me wants to just drive up there and I just want to do a part. I don't know.
Justin, if you ever go, just go say what's up. The only credit that I know from there is Justin Cook. I always see his name on there. He's on every Dragon Ball Z, everything, right? Because, it's real easy. It's the same first name. I'm like, oh, there we go. And then it's one of my favorite shows, right?
Yeah. But see, I don't know. Anime, especially like the anime American, like in American dubs, they need more variety. Because I swear to God, I hear the same motherfuckers on multiple animes.
Some guys are really good. Like the guy that
change it up.
I know. It's getting better. Animation's getting better. Anime itself definitely needs a little bit more help, but I think it has to do with the cost.
Yeah, true.
Because that one guy that was the Blue Ranger, he's like voiced everything. That guy has voiced everything. And then the guy that's voiced Vegeta has done like everything.
Yes, yes. You hear his voice in multiple things. Yeah. I think lately, a lot of these higher end animations, like animated or for specifically for like Netflix or a Hulu exclusive, they've been using like legit actors, like not I don't want to say legit actors. I mean like screen actors or whatever to do voice stuff.
I don't like that as much though.
Oh, I don't either.
I think voice acting, there's some amazing voice actors out there that are doing amazing work, and especially on the American side, and they're a little closer to like the Japanese side where the anime like voice actors have like this prestige and you have different levels of like experts, where the American side kind of has that too, right? And if you watch anything cartoon, right, that's the problem. You have to watch the cartoon and then go into animated movies, and you'll see some amazing people. But then they'll add in like, what's his name, Chris Pratt, and I'm like, dude, that's not the right voice.
Yeah,
that's not the right voice.
Yeah, whoever.
But he has the name, and that name will pull people in.
They call it casting or something, and I don't know. I would think they just need to do better at looking at the original, imagining, hearing his voice and imagining all the little tonations in the voice of that person, and then just try to match that to English. Find a gritty dude, but they be having like a straight, like a straight gritty voice in Japanese, and they got like a surfer sounding ass dude, and on the English dub, and I'm just like, yo, that is not the character. Like,
but you're familiar with like Japanese and English, so
yes,
you understand that when you speak each language, that your tone does change. So the character's tone may change.
Fair, but a gritty smoky voice is a gritty smoky voice. A high girl voice or whatever is a high girl voice. I just those tones need to match up. You could say I could convey something in Japanese and then know exactly. Well, I guess you would have to know both cultures. Which somebody in Funimation should be that person that is like, the way that dude said this. That's exactly like, oh, okay. He's gonna say it. He's gonna curse him out just like this in English. What that sounded like in Japanese. Okay, that's how this guy should sound. I just don't think they do their due diligence. They're just like putting names on stuff, and it. That's why people are like, subs over dubs.
Yep. Fair. Well, I mean, I'd have to agree, because to be honest, there's a lot of people in voiceover, even people who just enjoy consuming anime, that like now you're starting to like really have a negative viewpoint when it comes to localization. Like people are upset because that's a real concern. Like, man, this doesn't really match the character. He doesn't really say those lines. Why did they change the lines? That's happening a lot more now.
Right. Good. As I should call him out. God damn it.
I mean, it happened a lot before. Have you guys ever watched that anime called Ghost Stories?
No.
That one is notorious. That one is hilarious. So basically, they knew it was failing, and so they just told the voice actors, say whatever you want, make the lips match, and make it be funny. And I swear there's a scene, I wish I had it right now, I didn't know we were going this route, where the guy's running and it looks like he's supposed to be working out or something like that, and he says, run like there's a black ghost after you, and he runs about the same, and he's like, I guess you're not racist. But there's a lot of that. Like, I woke up at 6:00 in the morning to watch Sci-Fi Channel, and I would always keep captions on. I always leave captions on, and the captions back then were closer to whatever the script kinda was, and so you would see the words, and then what they're saying are never matching, right? But the gist is kind of there, right? You're trying to match up how their lips are moving, and then sometimes words are a lot longer, sometimes words are shorter, so you just got to get the gist of it, and sometimes you can miss.
No, I get it. I mean, there's a lot of Japanese that's they say one thing, but then there's a whole context that needs to be translated.
Yeah.
Because it could be like 2-3 words, but it's like that doesn't necessarily, translate into English, and so you have to actually kind of explain that out.
Yeah.
So
that's because I've done like language justice, like in my work, and when we were talking to people who were Hmong about like, because we were like fighting against like kids interpreters, like at doctor's appointments, because like you go in the doctor's appointment and then like I think Hmong, the way that you say you're pregnant is your body is creating the sun. So your body is creating a planet.
Whoa.
So a doctor telling a little kid though, tell your mom she's pregnant. And the kid is like, what? Tell your mom there's something growing inside her, a human. So you're saying that in Hmong, but you're a little kid. You don't know you're supposed to be saying in Hmong, like, mommy, your body is creating the sun.
Yeah.
You're saying, mama, there's something growing in your belly. She's like, what the fuck?
I got cancer.
But it's like that level, right? That like, the entertainment that we're consuming. They
got to do their due diligence.
Labor. Yeah, like there is labor. There's whole context, right? Like you said, just Jordan, like context is everything. Like it's whole context, context we're missing. And I think this conversation too, like, is really bringing up for me how I think excited I was to first kind of hear like for sure Black voices that I recognized in animation, like gargoyles. Like, oh, they was Black.
Oh, yeah. Christina, it's funny that you say that.
Okay.
What are you doing? Hold it. Let's just let them play out their little drama, shall we?
Goliath, you're a fool. But then you always were, weren't you? If you'd only taken the rest of our plan away from the castle that night. The plan was perfect. It would have succeeded.
What plan?
I made a bargain with the captain. I was to get us all out of the castle so that the Vikings could sack it.
What?
It would have worked. And after the humans were gone, we would have had the castle all to ourselves. But you ruined it. You had to protect the humans. You made us stay at the castle when we should have been with you. When the Vikings attacked, the captain said he'd protect us. But I didn't trust him. I've stayed alive because I don't trust anyone.
But why did you do it?
You can ask me that. After how they treated us, they had to pay. All humanity has to pay for what they did to our kind.
There is good and evil in all of us, human and gargoyle alike. You should know that more than anyone. Don't you see? None of this would have happened if it weren't for you.
Don't say that! Goliath, this is your last chance. Humanity is a poison that must be purged from this planet. Together, you and I can create a new world for our kind. You trusted me once. You loved me once. We have found each other again after 1,000 years of solitude. Does that mean nothing to you? Very well, then. If you are not my ally, then you are my enemy. I have a name too, Goliath. The humans gave it to me long ago. You should know it before you die. I am Demona. Goodbye, Goliath.
My name is Demona.
Oh my God. And look, y'all, the subtext and the subtext. It was like, ooh, they gave us names. But the main character dude, like, knowing for sure, oh my gosh, like, that's a Black person's voice. Like,
he's voiced several. Now listening to that back, he's voiced several things.
Yeah. I think he was Spawn too, right?
Yes.
Yeah, he was Spawn. He was in this show called The Cloak, which the show was garbage. but I was there for him. I was there for him. The cloak kind of does magic, sort of. Not really. It's like a weapon. But whatever. Right. It doesn't matter. It was him.
Oh, and it's funny because we talked about bigger actors being in like localized anime movies and stuff.
Yeah.
Keith David was actually what was the boar's name? I'm forgetting, but he played the boar god in Princess Mononoke, which is a Studio Ghibli film. He was incredible.
Oh, okay. Shit.
Yeah, when you think about it, all the Studio Ghibli stuff, I think that's the best use of like known actors into anime, right? Yeah. Like even Porco Rosso. I thought Porco Rosso was cast extremely well.
Yeah.
Right?
It's well thought out.
But that's that Miyazaki, right? Like, he kind of had a hand into it because he doesn't let anybody just do anything. No. Even his deal with Disney is like, yeah, you want Totoro? Sure. You're going to bring over everything. And that's the only way you get like Princess Mononoke, which is that's not a Disney movie. That should not be on Disney.
No. God, no.
Yeah.
Wow, like he's shooting arrows and arms are flying off. I'm like, ooh.
Shoot, and I think, and forgive me because I haven't actually seen it. So if that's a character you were mentioning before, I apologize. But Christian Bale got casted in The Boy and the Heron. And
I haven't seen that one yet.
I have. It is really good. It is the Boy and the Heron is really good, and I watched it. So I got to watch the Japanese version, and then I went a second time to watch the English version. English version was still really good. I prefer the Japanese version, but it was but the English version, they casted it so well because it was like, oh yes. That little hobbit looking short dude like is really gross and mischievous, and the English voice sounded excellent.
How's Moving Castle? Calcifer? I think Calcifer might be better in English.
Yeah, I mean, he sounds a little mischievous.
Yeah, he just sounds like someone that's up to no good, and that's kind of him. That's him. That's Calcifer.
I'll help you out.
Yeah. Hey, that's pretty good. That's pretty good.
I can do some. I'm telling you, I'm waiting for my voice acting career. It's coming. Coming. Huh?
But Jordan, you about to be.
When I first started taking lessons for voice acting, literally first 5 minutes, the instructor's like, if anybody's told you you could do it, you have a nice voice, you can do it. Sample.
All right.
No reason why you can't.
All I want to do is animate. I just want to be. Even if it's a small part where it's like the main character goes to like a corner store and I'm like the corner store guy. It's like,
oh my gosh! Also,
that bubblegum's gotta be 50 cents. And you're just like, yeah, okay, that was my part.
You know what we should do? We should dub some anime.
We should.
Yeah, we should dub some anime. Like, there's this chick on Instagram called Sensei Cutie or something like that, and it's a black girl that dubs anime, and she's like really working to become a like a voice actor, right? Yep. She's working hard. And of course there's barriers because she's black, right? And she's like, she was a cosplayer first and she went through all of that, right? As a black person trying to dress up as like any anime characters. Like they're not black. They're also not white.
That part.
They're anime characters. You don't really know. Right? They're anime characters. They're not real.
They're not real. They can be whatever they want to.
Like, tell me what ethnicity is saying is.
We had this we had like that kind of conversation with Zeus on like another Black and Sumo episode. Zeus was like, they get bullied online by kids being like, Zeus isn't black and Zeus isn't a girl, and Zeus is like, well, damn, here I am though. Like the imagination, people have such small imaginations but such high expectations of what Black people are supposed to be, and I love that we defy it every time, but that's also sucky and exhausting.
That's fair. That is very fair.
Amazing.
Man.
Justin, start dubbing.
Yeah, for real. Like, Justin, I think you could do this for sure.
Okay, Brett! You Go on! No! No! Till now, training you was out of vengeance. You're worthy enough to be my opponent. It's changed. No matter what happens to you, Gohan, I will always be there to protect you. It's okay, kid.
No, you can't be hurt, Piccolo. You just can't. We need you.
I'm not gonna make it. It's up to you. It's ironic, isn't it? After all my years of training to defeat your father, I'd go out like this, trying to save you, his son.
Piccolo?
Gohan, you're the only real friend that I've ever had. I want to thank you. I still remember the first day I brought you here. You're small, helpless. You've changed so much since then. The harder things got, the more determined you became, the more dangers you faced, stronger you grew as a warrior. I know I was hard on you. It was for your own good. You're like the son I never had. I'm proud of you. Goodbye, my friend.
Oh, man. Gohan, you're the only friend I've ever had.
Piccolo, no.
Nice.
That's an easy voice to do. You just have to talk with the back of your voice.
You're like Kakarot.
That's so awesome. And it's so good that she's really trying hard to become like a pro for animes too, because let's be real, God, Funimation's got like 10, 15 fucking voice actors and they voice fucking everything they get their hands on.
Thank you.
And they're the ones that do it the best, which makes it even worse. Because Netflix dipped into it and they're like, oh, let's go ahead and start dubbing over these anime titles. It was terrible. It was terrible because they had to slow down the animation and then you would see them slowing down the words like, oh, and then I guess we will just. I felt like I was back in like Fist of the North Star, right? Where they're just like, it's supposed to be terrible though. It's supposed to be terrible. The new ones are not supposed to be terrible, right? Like that's not it.
Would you by chance be talking about Baki?
Baki was pretty bad. There was also that one where there's like bubbles around the city and they kind of hop on the bubbles, that kind of shit. Like there was a bunch. I just basically gave up on every anime that Netflix kind of like says we're doing it. This is our thing. I'm like, nah. But Baki, I started off watching Baki back. Like that show is
the fights are great.
In my heart. It used to be better. It used to be better when it was less 3D and it was just like hand drawn, like him fighting a like this freaking albino gorilla thing in the forest. Like that was pretty cool. When Baki's dad kills his mom, like that scene was great. When he fights the Muay Thai fighter, when he goes to Brazil and beats Hicks and Gracie, like all of these like were drawn beautiful. And now it's very like robotic and like, my arm got cut off. I'll just make it work.
2.5D.
It's easy. I don't know. Maybe it's easier on some of the animators. I don't know. Whatever. Like and some of it sometimes like some of it looks right, like looks okay. Like Chainsaw Man. I like watching him like he like jumps out of a building, and then they just kind of like a 3D, like a what do you call that, 3D pan.
But that's
and then he drops
hand
back
drawn added in with stuff. It's not just one or the other. Like Baki is all just one. Don't get me wrong, the source material, you can still read the manga, which is pretty dope. But then like the anime itself is all 3D. Right? It's like there's this other show called Ajin, which it was all 3D, but they told you it was all 3D, and it kind of was just off a little bit, so it just makes it kind of work. Where Baki feels like it's supposed to be drawn, but
Ajin was kind of cool. I didn't get all the way through.
I like the concept. I like the concept.
I like anything darker, like it within that kind of, I don't know.
Yeah, that's right. You're a Death Note fan.
Yeah. So that Death Note, Tokyo Ghoul, all the dark things, Death Parade.
Tokyo Ghoul had the worst last season though.
It did. Please don't remind me. I hate
so bad. It's
I
so
like
bad.
I like to watch his arc all the way up until
where he gets tortured in the chair, and you're like, oh
so
my
good.
God. That
it's
was
what
like
hooked me. It's like I was like, damn. He just became a twisted ass little badass, and it was like, damn, okay, I can understand. Like, and the villain, God, the Jason character, killed in that show. It's so good. And then it just went so. I think they just ran out of good ideas to close it out, like Star Wars.
No, they had a good manga. They just chose not to follow the manga.
Yeah. Well, they already went down a rabbit hole, and they were like, well, fuck. I guess we got to close it out. And you're like, you took yourself down this path. Now let's see where this ends. And it did not end well.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just read the manga.
Just read the manga. Just read the manga.
Just be a nerd.
Oh, man.
Well, man. Do you have any questions for us?
Yeah.
Man. Huh.
This turned into a lightweight anime set.
This was
amazing.
Black and anime.
Stuff in my pocket. I had relevant stuff ready.
The next one.
What you got?
Oh well, I mean, I didn't know the tone that would be taken. So it's really this JJ asking me to do this had really set me on a bit of a tizzy for a couple weeks, like just really kind of thinking about, I'm gonna be on Black and Sumo. Well, what does that mean? Because being a half guy, like growing up, you're just kind of you're stuck in the middle. Identifying is not easy.
Right.
And to be honest, I didn't really have any issues with that until when I was older, like high school, college. I went to Utah Valley to wrestle, and I was the only Black guy in our program. When I would say that, it would be Jordan, with your hat. Okay.
You're like, who the fuck did you tell me? Yeah. Damn. You probably had a few of the people that were in the Las Vegas what do you call it thing, like, so Jordan, is it cool? Can I like say?
Yeah.
Like, it's cool, right? Because like you're like half, right?
Listen, if it comes out of my mouth, especially growing up, I was gonna get sucked by my mom. I was gonna get
yeah.
So for someone else to ask me, hey,
like everybody's mama went through that.
No.
Everybody's mama went through that
Yeah.
And also, Jordan, knowing definitely you're not alone on like that feeling of being like, shit, like, okay, it's obvious I'm these people's Black representative. You
gotta be. Why can't you just be Jordan? You know what I mean? I get it. I get it
so much. But knowing that's a very Black experience, what you are experiencing.
And I guess up until that, in the rest of my adult life, it was never on the forethought, right? It was never on the front of my noggin, so never really considered it. Yeah. Now, flash forward to me coming home, I won't lie to you guys, I left UVU super bitter, wildly bitter. But I had a degree, so I can't really complain too much. I did what I was supposed to do.
Yeah.
But I didn't really have any questions about my own representation until I started doing theater. The first theater thing I did was Choir Boy by, I'm really forgetting the writer's name. I'm a piece of shit. Man.
Don't worry, JJ will pop it up in here.
At some point. Thank you.
That's okay.
You. But
work for me.
It was an awesome play, all black cast, Broadway level writing, but Vegas is off times 2, possibly off Broadway. So,
right.
So we had our version to do. And it was awesome.
Yeah.
That's when I finally started thinking about, like, oh yeah, I am black. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's just not something to consider. Being half, you don't think about it. Or at least in my experience, it was never something to really consider. Because just what Justin said, just focusing on, well, I'm Jordan.
Yeah. And that's sorry, go ahead.
Oh no, go ahead. You're fine.
No, I was just gonna say, like, that's a conversation like my wife and I have been having. My wife is Japanese, and where we're the difference between growing up, him or her growing up here versus in Japan. You would think it'd be a little bit better in Japan, but it's actually not. And you can find so many different YouTubes, which they're really interesting if you go down a rabbit hole, and you can find a lot of half black, half Japanese.
There's a guy named
their life experience
that does one. There's one called Black Experience Japan.
Black Experience. Yep.
There's
he's
quite
Caribbean.
a few.
He's Caribbean.
Yeah, well,
he
does interview people that. Yeah, he has a full thing where he talks to people, and the guy Takeshi that walks around and he's like just
black mic.
Yeah. He's done a great one where he talks to black people that are like from the Caribbean, and then they're talking about like, oh, how is it being black and being mistaken for being African American? And he's done some really deep stuff, and it's like people.
There's a lot of good ones.
People in that half, and it's not easy. Like they
get bullied.
They get bullied
until high school when apparently a lot of them once they hit high school, then it's like cool to be half, and then it's but like when they're little kids in Japan and you're just the little outlier, they are brutal. I mean, kids are brutal, period. But
especially if you're outside of Tokyo, outside of the big cities, then it's even worse. Everything I've heard is like just being like part white in Japanese is like you're still only half a person, and the kids will bully the shit out of you.
We'll say that shit, yeah. And then there's the ones, and then imagine you're half black and half Japanese, but you have no association. Like you are 100%. You grew up in Japan, so everything in your entire identity is Japanese. You don't even and one of this model is gorgeous. She don't even speak any English, and so for in her eyes, I mean, she's just Japanese, but and people are constantly trying to be like, yeah, but like, it's like to be black, and it's like, no, literally, I don't. Like, I don't. It's like and so that was a really interesting interview, hearing her point of view in a person growing up 99% Japanese, in her heart and mind, and I don't know, that's pretty trippy. Like, identity is an interesting thing,
and like the black identity is wild too, like the African American identity, because even being a person who has 2 black parents, you still go through that thing of like, am I black enough? And it's like that loading thing, and it is so important to be around. Like, I feel like the black identity, speaking from my experience as an African American, it's so important for it to be affirmed by other black people, and then for you to find the peace in you on what is blackness to you? Because, even with being a black person who is an amateur sumo, it is very funny that like when you tell other black people, they're like, we don't do that. And it's like, don't say that.
Yeah.
Don't say that.
Don't do that. You can limit yourself. Don't tell me what I do. I do a lot of shit.
Or like tell me, or like change your language and be like, damn, I'm so amazed on what black people do. Or like, that sounds scary. Like, I don't think I'd be able to do anything like that. I'm really happy you're doing that. But it's like, it's our language and stuff. Like one of my homegirls, she shared, and we're a part of so many black spaces where we're redefining and also showing people history too on what black people are, and really speaking to the reason why there's still so many first black people doing this and that is because of the history of segregation and lack of access and like that our community is so connected that we need to see each other do it before we do it. Appreciating this convo for real.
I have one more question. What did your mom say when you started doing sumo?
Well, she definitely looked at me like I was crazy.
Did she ever say with your little Mawashi, go ahead and hang out with your little friends with your little Mawashi?
No.
She didn't know what a Mawashi was. She probably called it a diaper.
And here's this. She will say it to me.
I love it.
I mean, even on my mom's side of the family, I think we only had, even in general, just one other wrestler, who's my great uncle.
Okay.
But I have a habit of picking up hobbies and interests that are just kind of out there. So I told my mom, and for about half a second, it was like, why? And then I was like, okay, all right, sure. So she was very supportive, but she didn't understand why I was doing it. I was like, well, we lent them a mat, and they offered, that I could enter and compete. It's really cool. Give it a shot to do something new. At a point in time where I was desperately looking to do something new with my life.
Heck yeah.
So there was no other explanation better than that. And ever since, she's been like, yeah, this is really cool. Oh, I can't believe you're doing sumo. She'll stay up till 2 a.m. now to watch us when we're doing something else overseas and somebody's streaming for us.
So
it's awesome.
Heck yeah.
It took a second to convince her though.
Hell yeah.
Your mama's response was like all of our mama's responses. So
I believe that.
I think my family still thinks I do karate. Yeah.
My mom, I mean, and y'all know, I've been doing, just weird shit. And so my mom's just like, okay, I support that. It's another weird thing he does. But, yeah. Just like, not conventional.
One more random thing, and then we can start wrapping it up at some point. Have you ever seen the show Cowboy Bebop?
Yeah. Well, hold on now. Which one?
I'm talking about the live action, obviously.
Yeah. No, what? What are you talking about?
Sorry. Oh, my bad.
I was like, yeah, what? No.
Listen.
That was a complete disaster.
You said hot take.
And
but
the only actor worth their salt to me is the guy who plays Jet Black.
Funny you say that. Let's see this.
Back then, when I got home from work, you were always there waiting for me. And that was all I needed. Just you. But on that day, when I came back home, the only thing there was that pocket watch. That and a small piece of paper that had just one word written across it, farewell. For some reason, I didn't feel sad or broken up. It just didn't seem real. But slowly I realized that it was real. that you were gone. And little by little, I felt something inside of me go numb. After 6 months, I made a kind of bet with myself, a pledge, that I would leave this planet and start a new life if you didn't return by the time the watch stopped. I didn't come here to blame you. I just wanted to know why. Why you disappeared like that.
The way you talk about it, you seem to think that time really has stopped here. That's a story from long ago. And I've forgotten about it. Time never stands still. I've got to go. Bye, Chet.
So good.
Oh, heartbreaking. Also, I always thought he was black. Then when I saw the casting for the show, I was like, they're gonna do it right. Did it so wrong. So wrong.
Man, Netflix gets a hold of something. It's
This is true. Did you see the Yu Yu Hakusho? I don't know if anybody's a Yu Yu Hakusho fan, but man,
I watched it. I
watched it. I was confused. Because if you don't know Yu Yu Hakusho, you don't know why you should like Yusuke. Because in that show, he's not likable.
No,
like in the anime, you love him because you figure out why he is who he is. You figure out the mom dynamic. You understand what's happening. It kind of teaches you about Japanese society and why the teachers don't like him. Right? There's so much, and then the show is just like, oh, he's a piece of shit. He tried to save a kid, I guess, and yeah.
I just feel like there's just so much nuance with Yusuke that just gets lost. Why? Because Netflix.
Yeah. I mean, they didn't have any comedy. Also, somehow they fit in, 1, 2, 3, like 4 different seasons into one 8-episode show.
That was the goal.
6 episodes.
That's how you make money. You know, gotta cut.
We're in a binge culture now. We've been.
Yeah. I feel like that doesn't set up another season. No, I feel like the second season is how you make money. Where do you go from here? Because they cut it up so bad that now they just have to go into the black chapter or the from there it's like you already did parts of it.
Yeah,
like, I don't even know.
Well, I was just thinking like when they're thinking about like on the Netflix side of things, how can we do this, with a limited budget kind of thing, like instead of making things, because they probably, most of them don't know anime, and they probably give it to that like a specific department. They give a budget to a specific department, and they're just like, okay, you guys are the anime guys, you got X amount of dollars for the year, pick your shows wisely, kind of thing. And
it looked like they had money though. That show,
I mean, Netflix has money
for everything. The show looks good.
Yeah,
it looks good. Yusuke, I don't like
that's what I'm saying. I think that probably costs money.
Yeah. All right.
That costs a lot of money to make it look that good, and they're not gonna give them an extra season. Yeah, exactly.
That's fair. That's fair.
And then look at this time. You don't want these people to burn out. Like, oh, I have to wait on a second season. That's profit lost.
Right.
By the time you guys put out that second season, they're not interested.
Yeah, that's the sad side of his industry. But I get it, I guess.
Yeah, that thing's got some problems.
We always have the Death Note movie, which some people really like Justin Kizzer.
Oh, you a damn liar.
I didn't hear you, JJ. What did you say?
He said that I like the Death Note movie. Whew, that was terrible. Everything, every single, except for what's his name, the Shinigami, the demon guy, looked really good, but everything else about it was terrible.
Netflix.
Don't get me started. So that could be a whole other 10 minutes of talking.
This is true.
And I already got to eat dinner.
I like One Piece. I like the One Piece live action better than the cartoon.
Whoa.
I'm with you. Oh,
Whoa.
and you know, Jared Parham's gonna he's gonna
Yep.
leave a solid comment. But I am with you. I support this.
I like it. I like it. And I like the character. I got the guy that plays Yuffie. I was like, there we go. He's charming. Yuffie. I kind of want to hang out with him. Mm-hmm. Right? Usopp was like, I definitely get what you are. You're a little asshole liar. And I'm like, I get it. Yeah. And it was real people, and the cartoon, like the
they really brought the anime to
of
life.
Everything looked good. The only thing that was really weird was one time the guy with the swords did a cartwheel or a roll, and his sword bent. I thought that was weird, but everything else was cool. Yeah, I saw it, and it took me out, but then I was like, it's okay. The guy's doing long arm stuff. Whatever. Stretch.
Who could forget the best casting of the entire show? Buggy the Clown?
Buggy's
great.
Hey, he was funny.
Everything I wanted. That's perfect.
Yeah, it was good. That was really good.
Well, just give it 5 more years, and we're going to get another Dragon Ball Z live action.
Hey, if they're doing as good as with one, if they can do what they did with One Piece, I'm here for it.
Damn it. Okay, damn it. One more thing. Sorry. One more thing.
No.
Avatar?
Two more things. No,
Avatar.
We're not doing Avatar. Before we do Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood, I need a second season, or I need a live action. That's tough. I need it.
Because Brotherhood ends. Me personally,
it ends great.
The ending of Brotherhood is so damn.
It's good. It's good. It leaves you wanting more, but you can't have more.
Some things
you can't touch.
I need more.
Also, when he's fighting oh man, that fight at the end was so good. Oh man, and then
I gotta watch it again.
And the Fuhrer, all of his fights, I'm like, Bradley is just he's the best. He's the best. All right. We will stay around here forever talking about awesome things. Jordan, this has been so much fun. I'm sorry I got you sidetracked on cartoons and voice acting. And you came in prepared. You came in prepared talking about like your experiences, and I sidetracked you with fun talk. I'm sorry. I'm not sorry because this was fun.
Yeah, definitely. I just wanted to make sure I prepared properly for you guys. That's all.
How can people follow you? How can people book you?
Got you. Well, my website is currently being finished, so I can't plug that one just yet.
What is the URL? Did you already buy the URL?
Yes.
Oh, this will stay on the internet for a very long time until the solar eclipse knocks us out.
It already happened. This is all a dream.
The site is going to be jkarstacting.net. It ain't up yet, so shoot.
Okay, but it will be.
Could follow the Jordan Karst on Instagram. Facebook is just Jordan Karst. I'd say TikTok because for a while I was doing a lot of those dubs too. Until we're set up, y'all won't be getting any more of them. But
fair.
I'll get set up first. TikTok's the Jordan Karst as well. I'm the Barbarian on Heretical Taverns. You guys could always go check that out on YouTube and TikTok, and just see me in the dojo here and there.
Yeah.
Bye.
See you guys.
Bye.